It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wildcard Weekend. It's the Cards and the Hawks coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
And off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing, and now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run the option to start the drive. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find a way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out now come the Cardinals. They bring the 5 seed into the playoffs. Of course, they're one of the Wildcard teams. And when you're a Wildcard team, it makes it a little bit tougher. You have to win the extra game. But there's been a precedent set of teams doing that successfully in the past.
And it's usually teams that have aspects that really jump out at you and are really factors in the playoffs. I mean, Pittsburgh, they rode a heavy run game with Jerome Bettis when they won in 2005. And then don't forget the Giants in 2007, that season, pass rush. Remember how big that was for them during the playoffs. And for Green Bay, it was the quarterback play of Aaron Rodgers. So to me, it's a matter of what's going to affect the game in a big way. Can that aspect of your team really make those plays? A lot of times it's pass rush and quarterback play.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Murray now on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting ripped backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and 1. And that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Murray now. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball in the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals will take over possession here up at the 44.
Okay, partner, No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Play fake, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well. Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
On 2nd and 9, Murray, throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Murray from midfield. Screenplay set up for Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. On now is the punter, Johnny Hecker, who in fact grew up just north of here in nearby Bothell. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Joe Tryon providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now Murray off play action. This will be caught downfield by Moore. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, 49 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. From the 10. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll set up a throw. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. 52 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. On second down and 4. Murray got him in. It's Brown. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Murray going to try to throw on third down. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. From the gun, Murray. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down. Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And he'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. .31 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, yes, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. They'll look to throw here. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter. Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles? Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, they
come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. A final shot before half for Murray. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Super Wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute.
But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it's going to be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Forced out to his left. Now the ball comes loose. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. There he goes, right side. He's at the 40. 20, 10, 5, and they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 8. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Well, the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 18-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's caught. Beckham. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks are back within a couple of the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They begin the drive with Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Play fake. Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Murray. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So the completion gets him just a yard. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Returnable for Lockett. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Right where this settled down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Shotgun now for Murray. And able to catch it on the left side, but they're going to roll it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Murray to air it out again. Flushed out right. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. One quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Murray. That caught by Trimble. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. To throw is Murray. And they're going to get him. They bring him down a sack back at the 16-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And Gay knocks this one through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And what a pressure spot for both sides, really. But they're at home now. They have the football here in the playoffs, sort of controlling their own destiny.
It's a spot they've all dreamed of. This is where you want to be. Home, have the ball, a chance to win the game, control your own destiny, as you noted. But here's the thing. Don't let the crowd get too involved if you're this team now. You've got to make sure you let them carry you, but not cause you to do things out of what you're supposed to do, right? Take you away from focusing and concentrating on the game.
Because sometimes you get so amped from the crowd that can carry you in the spots you don't want to be. Is that what you're saying?
From experience, sometimes that crowd gets so involved in it and you get involved with them that you end up making plays or trying to do things that maybe you shouldn't have done.
Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Cards will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. After the turnover, here's Murray. Quick slant to Brown. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The busy night continues for Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They run it again with Williams. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Murray going to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, Murray. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to swell the lead to 6. Gay's kick is good, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
1st down, Murray. He's got the connection to Moore. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cardinals get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. They'll look to run for him with Williams. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 6. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker from 17 yards out. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd down, Williams. Oh, what a juke into space. 98 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him to completion.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage.
Returning right back to Lockett. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He's back to throw. Caught on the slant. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
He'll look to throw.
Not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Elliott on for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A 10-play drive that time. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And he's going to have a 1st down, but he's tackled inbounds up near midfield.
Now the Card's going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Now Murray. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. This to advance to the divisional round. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So nothing of importance there, just the season on the line, and he puts it home to likely get him through to the division round.
If you're a fan, you're watching this one with your hands over your eyes. But if you're a kicker, this is what you practice for all season long. And this one was never in doubt.
Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.